Hi, it's Mike Thornton from Pro Tools Expert, and today I'm going to take a look at the new Acon Digital Restoration Suite. So in the Acon Digital Restoration Suite, we've got the denoise module, the declip module, a dehum module, and a declick module. So let's go back to the denoise module, and I'm going to use the audio suite one for the moment. This is one of my standard tests, which actually, although it sounds very simple, is actually quite demanding on any denoising program.
This is a typical example of a poorly recorded item using a dynamic microphone on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
So there's quite a lot of high-level hiss on that. So how can we go about removing it? Well, there's an option just for it to be adaptive, and we can determine how long that adaptation takes place. So if we go into preview.
This is a typical example of a poorly recorded item using a dynamic microphone on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
And you can already hear there's some artifacts there. So one of the things we can do to reduce the artifacts is to reduce the maximum attenuation.
Domestic mini-disc recorder.
So having reduced the attenuation,
this is a typical example.
Then the next thing I want to do is to reduce the attack and decay
on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
Because you can hear the pumping of the noise in between the words.
Poorly recorded item using a dynamic microphone on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
So if we reduce the attack and release.
This is a typical example of a poorly recorded item using a dynamic microphone on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
And we can just do some final tweaking.
This is a typical example of a poorly recorded item using a dynamic microphone on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
So before.
This is a typical example of a poorly recorded item using a dynamic microphone on a domestic mini-disc recorder.
And I have to say that is pretty impressive. So that's the denoise on something like pink noise. Now what about the denoise module on something like this?
Hey, it's Russ here at NAMM 2012. I'm back with Bobby Lombardi. Bobby, some people don't know that you were one of the people behind 11 Rack and all of that kind of stuff. Are you a closet rocker? And tell us all about how that all happened.
Now, because there's both tonal and broadband noise in this exhibition floor interview, I'm going to use the combined mode, still leave it in adaptive so it'll adapt to the changing background. And so now let's take a listen to that in preview.
Hey, it's Russ here at NAMM 2012. I'm back with Bobby Lombardi. Bobby, some people don't know that you were one of the people behind.
So we've got a little bit of burbles in the background.
Kind of are you a closet rocker? And tell us all about how that all happened.
I'd like to think that most of the people that
again, what I can do is to reduce the attack and release.
We were all closet rockers. I mean, it all came from music at that point.
Hey, it's Russ here at NAMM 2012. I'm back with Bobby Lombardi. Bobby, some people don't know that you were one of the people behind 11 Rack and all of that kind of stuff. Are you a closet rocker? And tell us all about how that all happened.
I'd like to think that most of the people that were from digital design and as that transition to app.
So there you go. That again is remarkably impressive. So that's a quick look at the denoise module. Now let's move on to the dehum module. So again, back into the audio suite menu and the dehum module. And this particular example has a lot of hum, almost a hum to signal ratio, and also there are a lot of harmonics.
For Jane, somehow that news brought her specialness up again.
So if we preview that now in
For Jane,
the plugin,
somehow
the moment we've just got one harmonic, so that's taking out the fundamental. So if we start to wind in,
up again her inner strength,
and I've never seen a plugin with this many harmonics.
the targets.
And I can basically increase it until I stop hearing all the different frequencies, all the different harmonics. So we can reduce the sensitivity. It's only just
the
taking what we
targets.
need.
For G, somehow,
We've got this adaptivity,
that news
which
brought a
meant that if this hum was moving around a little bit, then it
up
could
a
track
gear
it.
for inner strength.
So we've got a little bit of that, and you can see the different harmonics just flickering around.
For G, somehow, that news
But again,
brought a
this is
specialist
absolutely spectacular.
and brought up a gear for inner strength. And
Very, very
she set
impressive.
herself the targets.
So that's the de-hum module. So here's an example of a vinyl record with a nasty click in it. So let's go into the de-click. And in fact, on the audio waveform, you can see the clicks. So now let's have a look to see what we can do. So let's preview it. And take a look at one of the presets. So we're going to repair vinyl preset. Already, without me doing anything, it's taking a significant amount of the clicks away. We just listen to the bypass. And back again. So we can adjust the clip length and also the click sensitivity, but that preset already gives me a very, very good setting. So that's the de-click module. So finally, let's look at the de-clip module, the one for reducing distortion. So into de-clip.
You know, takes you away from the people that you love, like.
And you can hear that's got quite a gritty sound to it. So again, we can play that within the de-clip module.
You know, takes you away from the people that
we
you
can
love.
see
like,
here the
you know, takes you away from the people that
indication
you love,
of the
like,
distortion.
You know, takes you away from the people that you love, like. You know, takes
So
you
we can
away from
just
the
take
people that
that
you
in.
love, like. You know,
And
takes
it's
you away
not
from the
quite
people that you
symmetrical.
love,
You
like,
can see here
you
that
know,
the red
takes you
line
away
is
from the
bang on
people
that
that you
little
love,
grey
like,
line,
you know,
but the
takes you
green
away
one
from the
isn't.
people
So I'm
that
going
you
to
love, like,
unlink
you know,
that,
takes you away from the people that
and
you
then
love, like,
we can
you know,
tweak
takes you away from the people that
the
you
red
love,
one
like, you know, takes you
and
away
the
from
green
people
one,
that you
get it
love, like,
right on the
you know,
mark.
takes you away from the people that you love, like.
And then if we just zoom in to that clip, you can see there the distortion where the tops are being clicked off. So let's just render that. And you can see there all the tops of the waveforms. If I just go undo, there it is, all sawn off, redo, and we're back
You know,
there.
takes you away from the people that you love, like.
And it's taken all that grittiness away. Very simple to use, very effective. I'm very, very impressed with this series of plugins from Acon Digital, the Restoration Suite, the de-clip, the de-click, the de-hum and the de-noise. And normally all of that for just under $100 is an absolutely amazing price. So bang for buck, this is a really, really good little package. I'll see you again soon.